Spiritual development, a path toward self knowledge and fulfillment. Spiritual development is a deeply personal process that involves growth and connection with transcendental aspects of life, beyond the purely physical or material. For many, spiritual development is linked to religion or formal spiritual practice, but I can also refer to an individual search for meaning, purpose, and connection to something greater than oneself. It is an essential aspect of holistic well being as it involves connecting with oneself, others, and the universe or the divine. Spiritual development invites us to explore our deepest beliefs, core values, and our relationship with the unknown. It does it doesn't have a single decision or clear path for everyone, but it shares common elements such as self-knowledge, the share or for purpose, transcendence, and interconnectedness. Spiritual knowledge, one of the pillars of spiritual development is self-knowledge. This concept involves contact and deep self-exploration of our internal nature, emotion, true God, and especially our belief about the world and our place in it. Often, daily life lets us to function on autopilot without time to pause and reflect on who we are at our deepest core. However, spiritual development invites us to question, observe, and constantly rediscover ourselves. Spiritual self knowledge can be achieved throughout various practices such as meditation, prayer, yoga, or silent contemplation. This practice allows us to disconnect from external noise and connect with our inner being. By achieving this state of reflection, we can begin to see more clearly our own limitation, our deepest desires, and the motivation begin our action. 2. The share for purpose. Another essential dimension of spiritual development is the share for purpose. This share, which can last a lifetime, is about finding meaning beyond personal goals and discovering our place in the universe. Many people feel a void when their life lack a deeper sense of purpose, and the spiritual development helps fill that void by offering and connecting with something more transcendental. Purpose does not always related to external or professional achievement. For some, it may be tied to the construction they make to others, their service to the community, or the creation of loving and compassionate relationship. Spiritual development allows individuals to align their daily life with their higher purpose, creating the sense of inner peace and fulfillment, transcendent and connection with the divine. The desire for the transcendent or the need to beyond the individual self is another fundamental aspect of spiritual development. Transcendence refers to the process of overcoming selfish concerns and connecting with a higher reality, whether understood a good, the universe, nature, or a cosmic truth. This process of transcending the self can generate a profound sense of freedom and well-being. People often experience transcendence through spiritual practice or moments of deep introspection. In this moment, one feels connecting to something more vast than their own identity, producing a sense of the unity and peace. This connection with the divine to matter the from it takes can profoundly change how we perceive the world and ourselves. 4. Compassion and unconditional love. Spiritual development is also closely linked to ground in compassion and unconditional love. As we develop deeper into our own spiritual path, we often discover that true spiritual is not only about seeking personal purpose or divine connection, but also about cultivating love and kindness toward others. Compassion toward human being and all forms of the life become a central component of spiritual growth. Unconditional love is the kind of the love that expects nothing in return, that does not depend on other action or attitude. It is love that arises from the deep understanding of the interconnectedness of all things and the acceptance of human imperfection. This type of love can be difficult to cultivate, but is not the most valuable fruit of spiritual development. 5. Inner peace and acceptance. Finally, spiritual development led to a state of inner peace and acceptance. This state does not imply a life without problems or difficulties, but rather the ability to face challenge with serenity. Knowing that everything is part to a greater process, inner peace areas arises from trusting that everything that happens has a purpose and that everything experienced, whether positive or negative, teaches us something valuable. Acceptance is another key aspect. Acceptance does not mean resignation, but embracing reality as it is without constantly fighting against what we cannot control. This acceptance frees us from unnecessary suffering and allows us to live in the present with gratitude. Question and answer. Um, First question: what is spiritual self-knowledge and how is it developed? Spiritual self-knowledge is the process of deep exploration oneself, which allows us to discover who we are at our core and what our place in the world is. Through practice, such as meditation, introspection, and prayer, we can connect with our most profound beliefs, desires, and limitations. Developing this self-knowledge requires time, patience, and willingness to observe ourselves without judgment, accepting both our strengths and weakness. 2. Why is it important to find a spiritual purpose? Find a spiritual purpose is crucial because it provides us with a sense of direction and meaning that goes beyond material achievement. Having a purpose helps us feel that our life have value and contribute to something greater than ourselves. Additionally, aligning our action with this purpose allows us to live more authentically and fully, generating a sense of inner satisfaction and peace. 3. What does it mean to transcend in the context of spiritual development? To transcend in spiritual development means going beyond selfish concern and connecting with a higher reality, whether understood as the divine, the universe, or a greater truth. Transcendence involves overcoming the elimination of the individual self to find sense of unity with everything around us. This process of transcendence generates deep peace a new perspective of life where everyday problems become less burdensome. 4. How are compassion and unconditional love related to spiritual development? Compassion and unconditional love are the result of deep spiritual growth as we become more aware of our connection to others. We cultivate love that is not conditioned by what others do or say. Compassion allows us to see others suffering and decide their well being, while conditional love leads us to accept people as they are without expectation or condition. 5. How does spiritual development contribute to inner peace? Spiritual development contributes to inner peace by helping us accept life as it is and face challenge with serenity. Spiritual practice teach us to trust that everything has a purpose and that everything experience, whether positive or negative, is part of our ground. This acceptance frees us from unnecessary suffering and allows us to live in the present with gratitude, which in turn generate a lasting sense of peace.